What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? Today I want to talk a little bit about this concept of if you sell to fiat, you lose. It's kind of true, to be honest. Like the crypto money that people do, right? The more I kind of study this industry and kind of like how it works, is ownership is the only thing that's going to matter eventually. So, for example, if someone has ownership in a new token, that matters a lot, okay? Especially if becomes the most successful ecosystem. Basically means like that person would have earned more just by holding, not like trying to do any fancy thing. Of course, they can do some small things here and there, and maybe they can do some things that actually would change everything, right? But in most cases, the kind of ownership that someone has, if they can't retain that, if they can't keep it, they kind of lose. And if they sell to fiat, they also lose. So it's very interesting, right? Because the concept has been a lot, especially with Steam, that you earn the most from all these earnings that you're doing from a day-to-day basis, from a day-to-day basis. So let's say a person comes in and they see like, wow, I'm earning like $100 in fiat per day on Steam. But it's like, if you look at how much ownership they're getting in the Steam network, they barely get nothing, so they barely have any influence in that network. And when they now have this money, they're probably going to convert it to fiat. And in the fiat world, crypto money means nothing. Like it's like even $2,000 in the real world is nothing. It really is nothing. Like it gets eaten up so fast by rent, by all this nonsense, and it's not worth as much, like. So it's like crypto is going to become worth a lot when everyone is using it, because then you get like this circular economy thing going on. So people never have to leave the system, and then it's like 100x the old system or something like that. But yeah, sometimes people need to convert to fiat, and that's kind of like how they will lose most, of their mad gains, because as I said in the past, it's like people should really try to get ownership in something, like do the math and see, are you getting a good deal relative to other networks? So you can kind of calculate this with math and kind of see, am I getting a good deal here, or can I get a better deal elsewhere? And people are not going to tell you this. Like you kind of have to do it yourself, like the math, and kind of study it yourself. And if you do that for a couple of years, eventually you're going to find some really awesome stuff, But if you try to make it like super mainstream that everyone should do the same as you, it's probably not going to work, right? They're probably going to get in too late, or they're going to do some mistakes, or they don't know exactly what you know. So yeah, if you sell to fiat, you lose, because so the thing with crypto is like you should always have a bag of fiat that is not related to crypto at all. So try to hoard fiat and try to like keep it separate from crypto. If you can kind of keep those two things separate, that's kind of nice, because if you need fiat, you don't need to sell crypto, and that's amazing, right? It's amazing if you don't have to touch your crypto. It's amazing if you can just hoard your crypto. It's amazing if you can spend most of the time just studying crypto and studying ownership and studying math and studying what may have potential for growth and so on. So yeah, you really do lose if you sell to fiat. In the fiat world, you will always be a sucker because you were late to the party. Like you did not design this system when they did it 50, 70, or 30 years ago. So various systems has been designed at various times. And it's just that the fiat world is just slower, So if you move into the fiat world, everything's going to be much slower. Sure, you kind of know what you're getting. Okay, you're getting a few percent per year, but that's not how crypto works, right? You're not in it. You're not in it for a few percentage, right? You're in it for excess, thousands of excess, in mad gains. That's probably why you are in crypto, So yeah, it's like you really do lose. So try to keep them separate. Like try to don't mix these two worlds together. It's the same as if you try to convert a lot of fiat into crypto. most of the times, especially if you if you put that fiat into the top coins, you're really getting nothing like at all. Like you're getting such a you're getting such a bad deal that it would probably even be better to stick with fiat because these big cryptos they start to act like fiat, where it's like all the mad gains and everything is kind of gone, like all the fun is kind of gone. So cryptos pump a lot in the beginning, and then they start to act like fiat. So you kind of want to get in early on the real coins and the right altcoins, and you have to do your own due diligence and own kind of research to kind of find these coins because it's not easy, you know, it's not easy to find the right coins because if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's very hard actually, and it takes a lot of time, and many times you lose all in some coins. Okay. And even if you make a lot, it's very hard then to explain it to someone, you know, because they're probably not going to believe you. So, yeah, I kind of realized when I went into crypto, it was like, okay, this is a brand new world. It's going to take a lot of time and attention for me to understand it. But then I don't have time and attention for all these traditional systems, you know? So you kind of have to try to balance it out, you know? So yeah, if you sell to fiat, try to try to have it so you earn fiat and you earn crypto, and then don't try to mix them so much because and here's also the thing, you don't have to mix them so much if you're finding like a good crypto, you know, you don't have to mix them at all because you can earn this crypto daily, you know, without have to do anything. Like you don't have to input new cash flow or anything like that because most of these coins are created out of nothing. So if you are in a really good network, you can earn crypto daily and you don't have to do anything. Like you don't have to put in fiat, you don't have to mix fiat into the thing. Sometimes maybe you want to put in fiat, you know, but most of the times when people do it, they do it in the wrong coin, and it just ends up bad, you know. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Yeah, if you sell to fiat, you lose all the mad gains. You're not gonna get any mad gains in fiat because it's just slower, you know. And fiat, sure, fiat is nicer if you have more. If you have a ton of fiat, like yeah, you can make fun stuff in the fiat world, you know. But for younger people, younger generations, it seems like they probably should kind of at least study this new kind of thing and like maybe try to earn a few coins here and there. So that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. Hopefully you enjoyed. And really, I can't wait until everyone is earning crypto on a daily basis because then we can kind of get away from a lot of this nonsense that I'm seeing about people. People are like paranoid about printing. So, so a lot of crypto guys are like paranoid when more dollars or more euros are being printed, and they like try to study that and like, but it's like printing is kind of good because we're printing Steam tokens, we're printing Hive tokens, and soon we're printing DTC tokens, and we're also printing hex tokens. So it kind of, and we're printing bitcoins even. Okay, miners are getting bitcoins that they printed themselves from mining. Ethereum, they're getting from transactions. They are getting Ethereum. So it seems like everyone is kind of printing value. So it seems like printing value is pretty smart, you know. And from my view of looking at this, it seems like we should actually print faster, but it needs to be in a network where people with proof of brain have majority of the tokens, and that they can easily distribute that to other people that also keep up with proof of brain and kind of that idea. Because if you reward low effort content, then you're going to get more low effort content. Like people are not going to improve. They're not going to engage more. They're not going to try to strive to become better with what they're doing. They're just going to do the least amount of effort and try to milk the system. And then eventually you're going to get a lot of dumping, and then that token becomes eventually useless. I was just looking at an US game called Prospectors, and that token went from 30 cents last year to 1 cent this year. So a lot of these things, people think they can like calculate what's going to happen, but I already saw warning signals then. It was like, okay, this is maybe not so good project. And there you see, 30x down since that kind of high that it had. And it kind of looked high then. I was like, wow, this looks too overvalued, and it was. So it 30x down in price. And people didn't listen then, like they were kind of ignorant and they thought that they knew what they were doing, but they didn't. So yeah, try to stay alert and observant about what is going on in the space, and I think you can make wiser decisions. Yeah, have an awesome day, YouTube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.